Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to change an outdoor light fixture. So as you can see right here, I have a rather old light fixture on my garage wall right here, and I want to replace it with a newer light fixture. And the benefit of replacing it with this one is that this one has a motion sensor, so that if any animals or people happen to walk down the driveway over here, the light will turn on. So basically I'm going to replace that outdoor light fixture with this one. And I'm going to take you through the process in a step-by-step manner. Now I just want to clarify that I am not a licensed electrician, and if you are not comfortable working with electrical wires, you should definitely call a licensed electrician to do this for you. And I also want to start by saying that I did cut off the power via the electrical panel. I shut off the circuit breaker to this light, and I just double checked with this non-contact voltage tester right here that there was no electricity going to the light, because safety is the #1 priority. So let's get right to it. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to do is remove the old light fixture, and with this light fixture right here you can see that there are those 2 screws holding it onto the wall. So I'm going to remove those 2 screws and sort of get the light fixture off of the wall. Alright, so now that I have removed the light from the wall, it is time to disconnect it from the electrical wiring. So as you can see, I've just sort of propped the light up on a little contraption that I made here so that I can use both of my hands to work on it. Well, one hand to hold the camera and one hand to work on it. So just to be extra safe, I'm just going to use my non-contact voltage tester, and I'm just going to put it up against the wires just to make sure that it doesn't beep and tell me that anything is live. So as you can see, it's not beeping, so I know that the wires are not live. And that was just to double check. So the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to disconnect the hot wire, the neutral, and the ground. Now in my case, this is an old light fixture, so it doesn't have a ground coming out of it. As you can see, there's just a white and a black wire. So I'm just going to disconnect the black wire, which is the hot, and I'm just gonna take off the moret right here, and I'm also going to disconnect the white wire, which is the neutral. I'm just gonna take off the moret, and now I'm gonna place the camera down, and I'm gonna use both of my hands to disconnect the wires. Alright, so now as you can see, I have completely disconnected the old light fixture. As you can see here, it's just completely disconnected, and I have the 3 wires coming out of the electrical box right here. The black one is the hot, the white one is the neutral, and the one without the insulation is the ground right there. So I'm just going to get rid of this light and move it out of the way. So now I went into the packaging of the new light fixture, and I went and got the mounting bracket. And it also came with, this is the mounting bracket, and 2 screws right here. So I'm going to take the mounting bracket and I'm going to just put it right there and use these 2 screws to secure it in place. Now that the bracket has been mounted onto the electrical box, we are ready to connect the electrical wires from the new light fixture to the ones that are coming out of the electrical box. So I'm just going to make this very simple. There are 3 wires coming from the new light fixture, and there are 3 wires coming out from the electrical box on the wall. The green one coming from the fixture is the ground. We're going to connect it to this uninsulated wire right over here, because that is the ground coming from the wall. So green to the uninsulated one. The white wire coming from the light fixture right here is the neutral. We're going to connect it to the white wire coming from the wall. And the black wire coming from the light fixture is the hot wire. So we're going to connect it to the black wire coming from the wall. Now I'm going to place the camera down as I do this because I need to use both of my hands, but basically I'm just going to be connecting the wires to each other and then twisting them together and then using an electrical moret, or some people call them wire nuts, to connect the wires. So I'm going to place the camera down and I'm going to make the electrical connections. So I'm just going to give you a close-up shot of the electrical connections. You can see that I connected the green wire coming from the fixture to the uninsulated wire coming out of the electrical box. You can see that I connected the white wire coming from the fixture to the white wire coming from the electrical box. And you can also see that I connected the black wire coming from the fixture to the black wire coming from the electrical box. The next step is to take the actual fixture and place it up against the electrical box and just get it just get it ready to be mounted. But as we are lifting the fixture up, we're going to tuck the electrical wires away so that they don't get, caught in anything. So once again, I need both of my hands, so I'm going to place the camera down and I'm basically going to lift the fixture up, place it in the appropriate place, and as I am doing that, I'm going to tuck away the electrical wires. Alright, so now I have the fixture in place. The electrical wires are all tucked in behind it and I'm holding it into place with my hand. They provided me with a screw, so I'm going to be placing that screw in that hole and just tightening the fixture into place. Now you'll notice that the fixture is not level, and that is because the electrical box that was installed was definitely not level. So this fixture luckily is somewhat adjustable, so I can probably turn the light and turn the sensor so that they are somewhat level at least. But I'm just going to put the screw in this hole and tighten it into place. Alright, so as you can see, the light fixture is mounted and it is secure, and there is just one last step, and this all depends on the light fixture that you have chosen. But for this one, they've given me this little finishing piece to use right over here, so I'm just going to plug that piece into the hole. We're just going to do a quick test to ensure that the electrical connections are fine and that the light actually works. So I went inside the house and I turned on the circuit that goes to this wire right here, and I'm obviously going to turn on the light switch that is connected to the light fixture. So I'm going to turn this on just like that, and it hasn't turned on yet because it is a motion sensor one and it only turns on at night. However, there is a test function that will allow me to see whether or not it works during the day. So I'm just going to turn it to test mode and we should see a light come on just like that. So as you can see, the lights have turned on, so we know that everything is fine, the electrical connections are fine. And that's literally it. It is that simple. Changing an exterior light fixture can actually be rather simple, but once again, you should only do this if you feel comfortable working with electrical wires and electricity. If you don't feel comfortable working with electrical wires and electricity, you should definitely call a licensed electrician. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.